Hi, welcome to AMG Global. I'm Greg Cummings, and I got the Global Director over in the UK, Nigel, with me. Today, you're going to hear a little bit about how we do business on a day-to-day basis, specifically what exactly it is that we do for our clients, how the pay structure is going to be outlined, and where your compensation is going to come from. And then ultimately, we need to narrow the field down a little bit more. So we are going to need some things from you in order to do so. So that's kind of how this quick call is going to go. It's really designed to fill you in and answer a lot of the questions that we understand that you have as you're looking to make a jump from one career to another. So we're very excited to have you here. With that said, I want to kind of introduce Nigel. Nigel and I, he's a partner. We worked at PHMG together years ago, stayed in contact, known him for roughly about 10 years. Nigel has spent the last 2 or 3 years really digging into the technical side of the business, doing the groundwork that is necessary for us to have the tools of world-class talent, music, voice, copy. This way we can put these productions actually together for our clients, as well as generating other partnerships to where we're actually able to install them on people's telephone systems from anywhere in the world. Nige has 2 kids, lives in the UK, massively involved, comes from the car business. Basically, if it's not a Ferrari, Nigel's not getting in it, which is really why I couldn't be happier partnering with him on this venture. And a lot of things, Nigel's going to be one of the best resources. He's been a resource for me, a mentor for me over the years, and everybody's going to really be able to benefit from this partnership. Trying to think, let's see, checking some notes here. No, that's about all I got. At this time, I want to turn it over to Nigel. He's going to run through what it is exactly, what we do on a daily basis from the customer's perspective with a pitch deck. This way you're able to kind of see it a little bit better. I'm going to share my screen, get this changed over. While I'm doing that, Nige, you can take the wheel, man.
Hi, and a very warm welcome. It's really nice to see you guys in a virtual world, and it's really exciting to get knowledge mentioned just a short while ago. But Greg and I have known each other for over 10 years. Greg is a phenomenal guy, absolutely stalwart guy. Greg is located in Tampa, in Florida. He's married, he's got 2 children. With that, Greg's one of the senior partners in the business. Greg's a global director. We're not just basing ourselves in the Florida market, we are a global business. So we both were global leaders within PHMG. Greg previously opened up the USA office and built the business to a level which was only dreamt about. And with that, Greg is my first choice, taking the business further forward and growing AMG, the Audio Media Group, is the only way to go. Greg's knowledge and experience is phenomenal. Greg has been trading throughout the whole of the USA, from California through to Chicago. He even went overseas up to Canada and traded in the UK. He sat many, many appointments in the UK, converting those appointments into business and generating hard-earned cash. Well, we all know cash is king. If there's one guy I'm going to go into battle with, and that is Greg. He's a man to turn to, and his knowledge, like I say, is at the end of a telephone, is at the end of an email, end of a WhatsApp. He's there for you guys on a daily basis. And I can't say how excited I am to bring all this into the USA. And with that, that's enough about Greg and I. So I just want to show you a little bit about what we're doing. So AMG, Audio Media Group, what do? We create audio brand, and we're sounding the brand. Quite a simple way to put it is how do we put music and voice to a business? How does that sound? Can we choose a voice to match and represent your business? It's quite hard. If we jump onto the next slide there, Greg. So while Greg's just doing these elements and moving us on to the next slide, all we've got to look at is we've got to recreate brand and business for many people. And so what we actually do is we do their audio branding. So we put music and voice to their business. So music is very emotive. Let's choose a piece of music. Now, we can't use a genuine piece of music because people have emotional attachments to the music. So we create unique pieces of music for each business. The unique side of it is because if they're calling a business and they hear a piece of music which their relationship broke down to a few years ago, it's emotive. We've got to get it right. The voice. We've scoured the world to get the right voices, to bring in, to get it so it's put right through to you. The voices you may recognise from TV and video and movies, etc., because that's what they are. And a brand. What does a brand consist of? It's copy, world-class voice artistry, a unique soundtrack. This is building in to make your business sound absolutely fantastic. Because when people use when people use your piece of music and they hear a piece of music and they're using your business, your sound becomes synonymous with them and they will relay that again, just like many blue chip brands do anyway. So straight through onto the next one, Greg. So we offer a wide range of audio branding that suits everybody's needs. As I mentioned, imagine choosing a voice to represent your brand. It's hard. This is what we do. The talent is in the music and the voice. We bring it all to life. A couple of stats. Now, I'm not going to bore you with a lot of statistics. However, 73% of callers will not do business again with a company if their first call isn't handled satisfactorily. Purely down to the fact that if someone's phoning into a business and they're not getting answered, they're getting put on hold, we've got a terrible piece of music, they're not going to phone back. They're going to phone back to somebody who has got a better piece of music, who has got information being relayed to them while they're on hold. 70% of people are placed on hold for more than 50% of their calls. 60% of people are say they're sat in front of the computer when they're placed on hold. People are like machines. We tell them to do something, they will do it. We tell them to visit the client's website, they will visit that client's website, the social media pages, etc. 73% of people questioned wanted to listen to something other than beep, silence, or poor quality music. So, the benefits of audio branding. How does this benefit the client? It enhances professionalism, informs callers of useful resources, increases customer satisfaction, reduces perceived waiting time. Now, if someone's got silence on hold, 5, 10, 15 seconds seems like a lifetime. This just makes it seem a whole lot quicker whilst creating a cross-selling opportunity. How do we do it? A world-class audio branding service. So down in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see the audio brand consultation. We have a brand consultation where we find out from the DNA of a business what is their business all about. So we find out what they want to tell people, how they want to portray themselves. It's a series of short, sharp, fact-finding questions. We then create the custom track. So we take the information from part A and move it into part B, where we find the DNA becomes synonymous with sound. If someone wants to be very elegant, someone wants to be very posh, someone wants to be a little bit upbeat, we create a piece of music which matches their brand and emphasizes exactly how they can be. Moving on then to the copywriting, we then pass all this information on to our professional copywriters. These guys write for the ear, not for the eye. So when they're writing out their production, it's written to be heard. These guys take a large amount of context, narrow it down and put it into a very, very small paragraph, 30, 40 words of context, which lasts 25, 30 seconds, enhancing that client's information on that one element of their business. The voice selection, really, really important. The way we build the voice selection is we have a graph and we look at different elements of a voice. So whether we want to be regional, local, national, non-geographical, male, female, who their demographics are. We want to get the voice right to match their brand. We then, before moving on, we ask the customer's approval. we want to make sure we get this right before going into the recording studio, going into final production, and then going on to final approval. This is when the customers give us, yes, I love that. Because once they hear it, they will get the blood flowing, their heartbeat will start to beat, because we've just created their vision into sound. All businesses look amazing. Only 10% of business in the marketplace actually sound as good as they look. That's what we're aiming for.
Fantastic. Thanks, Nigel. That's not the easiest thing to do without doing a business specific pitch. I was thinking as you were going through how much easier it is when you are sitting or speaking with a specific business using the examples that really does add to it. But that was awesome. Thank you. Now the next step of it is, at the back of everyone's mind, I'm sure you're thinking, you know what, this sounds good. It looks good. I understand where, we've all been placed on hold to music that you roll your eyes to, beeps that annoy you, or silence where you look at the phone and you say, did they just hang up on me? We actually remove that dead, wasted space, which is arguably the most important space in any business's marketing, because you have their undivided attention paired with the time that they're actually reaching out to you and they're interested in talking to you at that time. So that's why these messages you're able to cross-sell. People are able to say, I didn't know they did that. Or, you know what, that makes me feel good that this is the nation's leading company, or it's the leader in the area, or they received this award last year, or they're in these times, they're open for business. This is critical. Okay, so moving through, as far as the real questions, is some questions that I originally had way back when was, how easy is this to do? What do I have to do? How good is the product? What's the customer's, response to it? And I can tell you that it's all phenomenal. Nigel and I have been very, very successful previously in this industry. So we're taking now the knowledge, resources, understanding, talent. We already have this blueprint to run to the top with it. So the kinks are kind of worked out. It's not going to be, flawless, but we're able to make those adjustments for you. This way you have a good understanding that you have a fantastic leadership behind you that's going to be able to give you all the resources and the attention to execute for you and also for the clients that you promise. So moving through, why is it a good industry? Right now we have longer hold times than usual. 30% on average of staff have been let go or furloughed at this point in time. With that on the flip side, more calls are being stretched out to manufacturers, to suppliers, to partners, questioning the relationship that they have with business to business. If we can save one business, one client, our product pays for itself. The transfer times, more people are going to be calling to talk to the owner or the decision maker. They're going to be calling in, being placed on hold. They turn around to them and say, hey, I got Joey on the line. We get bombarded with sales calls that get put on hold every day. How do you determine the difference between a sales call and a call that is worth a lot of money to you or a little bit of money to you? Either way, every business is open and in business to gain business, never to lose it. There's going to be more holds and more transfers. Clients are going to have a shorter attention span. They're going to have a much shorter patience as well, because they're looking for reasons to cut costs in this day and age with the coronavirus. Now, this is going to shortly flip and business will hopefully start booming. But either way, AMG, we're set in a very, very good place because we take the place of an employee that is able to sell or reassure a customer service representative, a sales representative, a CEO, a professional that never takes a day off, always performs exactly how they're supposed to perform, and is essentially flawless, right? So what we want to do, really why this industry is so good right now, is we're able to tell the company's clients exactly what they have to, why they called, reassure them. But what I'm trying to say is what tomorrow's business is going to be different from everything that they've done in the past. So how do you communicate that to all your clients? How do you do that? That's tough. So what we want to do is we want to inform our callers on how we do business and reassure them why they did business, why they did business with us, and why they should continue to do business with us. What makes us the best? I went into it a little bit earlier just now, but basically between Nigel and I, we have the blueprints, we have the ability, we've scoured this globe for talent. We have talent on board that you hear every day right now, as far as the voice and the copy and the music. So you're able to really capture the best, and you're coming in at such an incredible time where we already have a proven business model that's operating in the UK. Now we're expanding it into the US and across the globe, also in Australia and Singapore. So that's going to simultaneously be going on with this growth. There are truly uncapped earning potentials. We are a first-class organization. I was giving Nigel a hard time because he doesn't have a suit and tie on, but you can see kind of he's got a strap on his shoulder there. He was in a little bit of a bicycle accident running some trails about 2 days ago. But giving a testament to Nigel's character, we're still pushing forward. He hasn't taken a day off with our development and our expansion, despite breaking his arm. So that's the type of grit that you got with us. So we're truly looking to take over, and we are an aggressive company because we understand that our clients are better with us than without us. And also we want to take care of our employees because we understand that without our employees being world-class, then we don't have a chance. So moving on. What kind of support and training do you expect from us?
Can I just jump in on that a little bit there, Greg?
Please do.
You touched on our world-class employees, and just so people know that the guys know who were watching the video, Greg and I have built the best direct sales team in the globe previously, and this is what we really, really enjoy doing. We want to build the very best direct sales team. However, what we have learned and what we are going to do better, and me and Greg have already locked horns on this already, because my side of it was always the same way as the ex-company was. It was being a little bit tight with the cash, with the sales guys, where Greg has been fighting and wanting the absolute best. So for the best, we've got to pay for the best. And Greg has pushed me to the absolute limit to open up the wallet, the bank, to make sure the commissions are absolutely head and shoulders above anything else in the whole globe. Greg has fought tooth and nail to get us to get, and with the guys who are watching this video, the guys and girls who are watching this video, he only wants the best. And with that, I understand we've got to pay for it. But that does come at a worrying point sometimes when I'm thinking, yeah. However, I can see that Greg has shown me the light a little bit on that little bit. And that's why we are doing AMG better, because we are rewarding not just on commission, but Greg will also tell you on a number of elements, which he's got in there for bonus structures, for team days out, for party times. He's looking at getting all this absolutely off the chart, because he wants the work hard mentality with a party hard mentality. And that is something which I'll dab my cap to Greg for. And he's shown me the way that it's absolutely perfect, and we need to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that I probably skim over because it's just embedded, and I think that sometimes you skip over the most obvious. It's a conversation I've had in almost every meeting and every client I've ever spoke to in the audio branding world is, they think they know one thing with their business, but other people might not. And so that's a perfect example of, really dialing it in to go off of that. And we're getting off track just a touch, but I love it. We can rip this thing any way we want. I I had 587 people apply for 10 positions. And of that, we've narrowed that field down to 138 people who are going to be hearing this message right now. Of that 138 people, we're going to narrow that down to 10. That is a big task, and what it's going to go into is going to be, do you represent the brand? Are you capable of doing the job? And basically, are you going to represent the brand? So I'm going to say that. You're going to hear me say represent the brand over and over and over again, because I'm trusting you with my brand, with our brand. And that's not something that I do very easily. We expect to be, top notch, suited and booted and ready to rock every single second of the day when you're in front of a client. So, with that said, let's move on. What to expect training and onboarding. You're going to get anything you need. This is there's nothing that you could possibly want as far as a support standpoint that we aren't providing. If there is, you let me know, and we can discuss that, but I don't anticipate anybody saying that. We're going to have a video onboarding, which is going to be roughly a 3-day course. At the end of that, you're going to be able to understand just about everything you need to know, as well as continued support. You're going to get a daily training video based off of questions that you're going to run into. So we can get more into that later. But every day you're going to get actual material. The big difference between what I'm talking about and all these other big corporate companies is there's time wasting HR type videos. These are granular videos and tangible tactics that you're going to be able to put into meetings that are actually going to make you money. And so we're going to constantly, whether it's bringing back the basics, a year and a half from now, or it's continuing involvement in product and in material, in product and training material and things like that. So we're going to constantly be on our end tweaking this to 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. And obviously you're going to have support with business cards, email accounts, marketing material, and 24/7 support between, Nigel, myself, and the other director. We have the whole globe covered as far as timeline. So you're not going to be able to, you're always going to be able to pick up the phone and actually speak to somebody in live in a meeting. With that said, let's move through the pay structure. A deal a day is the standard. In the UK, we have people that are doing 2.5 deals a day. That is kicking ass and taking names. Overall, your expectation should be a deal a day. If you do a deal a day and your average ramp, meaning the reoccurring monthly revenue that you're producing per contract is $278 a month, you're going to make $200,000 a year. Okay. Now, if you go below that and you want to do this a little bit more passively, you do 3 days, 3 deals a week times 50 weeks in a year. I'm still giving you guys a buffer of 2 weeks vacation. At an average ramp of $299, which is our average contractual price is $299, with a monthly commission of $7,064, annual commission of $129K. You bump it up, you do just 1 extra deal a week, you're looking at an extra almost 50 grand. You do the average $299 a month contractual value at a deal a day, you're looking at $215,000. You bump it up and you start to really turn it over and you start to get the hang of it, 6 deals a week, you're at $258. Now, there are people that are doing significantly more than this. However, I never want to overpromise people. I want to be very realistic with my expectations and your ability. Let's pair the two together. So I want you to pin yourself on this, and I want you to kind of take away from what I'm talking about, and I'm going to need this information. We are going to need this information later to kind of gauge how we're going to continue to narrow the field. Contractual values, you can write a month-to-month contract, you can write a 60-month contract. The average monthly contract right now is 48 months. What that means is people are either doing 36 or 60. So how you get paid determines on the amount of contractual terms. Okay. Really, you don't see too many people. We're going to get into actual tactics and how you're going to do it. You have a lot of play as far as price of the per message versus the month. So you can work it to your advantage, and we'll be there to let you know exactly how those things pair up. But the odds are you get it. Longer contract, smaller price, shorter contract, bigger price. Either way, you're earning the money. So if you do $600 a month to month, or $200 on a 60-month, which one are you going to do, right? How are you going to be more comfortable spending it? The bottom line is you need to make sure that you're taking away the amount of money that's going to make you happy at the end of each week, month, and year. How do I earn an incentive bonus? So in your first 90 days, if you do 50 deals with an average ramp of 278 or greater and an average term of 36 months or greater, you get a $15,000 bonus. So all those numbers are below averages. So this bonus structure right here is designed to get, this is not a carrot. This is you should get this. And we're going to outline in that onboarding training later exactly how to do it. But the underlining common theme is you got to be willing to put in the work. This isn't something that you're going to sit back and make a couple calls a week and turn over this kind of money. So it's real. It's there. That's what I have for it. What we need to do now, Nigel, do you have anything you want to say?
Only that 50 deals in 90 days. I've got a couple of guys in the UK who absolutely smash this. And I've got 2 guys in the UK who live and breathe Audio Media Group. They absolutely live it Monday to Friday. The contractor's exactly the same. And in year one of them did 400,000 sterling. So it's a little bit more than in dollars. So it's about $450,000. One of them is going to do round about 600,000 sterling. He's on for well over $500,000. Now, he's an exception to a rule. I'm sure he is. I've never met anybody like him before, but I'm sure there will be some of those golden children in America who can do that as well. Because the more you do, the more you get paid. And you and I, Greg, both know, but we are more than happy to absolutely write out that paycheck. Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt. And then I wanted to pull this slide back up to demonstrate that bonus. So the 90 deals or 50 deals in 90 days is roughly a deal every other day. And if you did that, 3 deals a week, basically this is it right here. This is all you need to do to basically earn it. And if you're doing less than that, it's, you're going to catch ground sooner than later, and you're going to start to see, okay, this thing's going to really take shape, because this from 129 to 200, the separation of that is so little. I mean, I'm dropping the average contractual amount, right? So that the guy that he's talking about there, his average deal is over $600 a month, because he goes after bigger companies that have multiple sites. And so this is going to be per site you would do. So if they have 3 sites, it would be $600 a month or something like that. So that is a conversation for another day. You get me talking about this, I'll go all day. What we need from you now, this is critical. We're going to need a video from you answering 3 questions. What is your plan to get here? How is your first 90 days going to look like for you? Just off the gut reaction of, I have, this is my network, I have that as my network, I understand this, I understand that. I want to know what your 90-day plan is, paired with why we should trust our brand to you. And ultimately, at the end of the day, what your objectives are. Okay? So where do you see yourself down the road? Again, 1 minute and 33 seconds, no more, please, not a second over. Condense the material, outline it out, and we look forward to getting to the top 10 here and getting this hired. So the timeline from there, I need it in by Sunday night, because Monday, Nigel and I are going to start running through these videos, breaking them down, trying to get to where we need to be. There is a chance that we have a couple phone call interviews, one-on-ones, if we get down to 10, 11, 12 that we love, to try to get some tiebreakers. But without that, we'll reach out to you individually. Really, really looking forward to it. This video, Nigel, is about 20 minutes longer than I think we wanted. But that's all right. Hopefully you all got the content.
That's usual. That's usual.
And,
Get used to it, guys.
hopefully you all got the content that you want. And we look forward to hearing from you and how you are going to fit in. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. And have a great day.
Thank you so much indeed. Lovely to meet you all. Thank you.
See ya.